Buying a house or RV during the coronavirus. Well, we're in a unique time in human history. A global pandemic that has societies around the world shut down. It's a unique time to just live, but it's more of a unique time if you are in the market to buy a house or RV. I guess I could say for the past year and a half, I've seriously been in the market to buy a house or an RV, and mainly a tiny house, if any, more towards an RV or an RV lot. I live in America. For the past 3 years, I've lived out of my car because I wanted to cut my expenses and have the freedom to move around at will. But, in my looking at houses and RVs, even before the pandemic, I've always had the mindset of when in doubt, don't buy. Because I've owned a house for 15 years. I've owned a variety of vehicles. I've had loans on them. And I really am not in a rush to be entangled by bills or responsibility. Owning a house or owning a vehicle, whether it's an RV or a regular vehicle, is a responsibility. It is an entanglement, especially financially. Even when you pay it off, you have insurances. If it's a house, you have taxes, you have maintenance, you have neighbors. You're married financially and emotionally to a certain extent. So a big part of my life and my channel on YouTube has been getting away from the entanglements, getting away from the responsibility, to live a more free life, to live a life on my terms, to not wake up in the morning and say, oh my God, am I going to get laid off? Oh my God, is the society going to shut down? Even during this pandemic, where last week in America, 10 million people filed for unemployment. There's uncertainty with the future. Obviously, look, none of us can afford to lose our jobs because you always need money in this world. But it feels good not to be obligated or entangled to anything. Obviously, look, in these times, there's also value in having a home base or having a self-contained RV. I've done videos about that. But what I want to share with you in this video is if you're in the market to buy a house or buy an RV during these times, in my opinion, the only way you should be in the market now is if you were in the market prior. Meaning that don't let the emotions, because that's what we're in. We're in an emotional time right now. Don't let the emotions take over you and you make a rash, quick decision and entangle yourself with a 30-year mortgage or a 20-year RV loan payment. When in doubt, don't buy, because you can always rent. I don't really like renting. I rather nomad. I rather, go to a campground or something. But everything requires money. Rent versus a paid off house with property tax is pretty much the same thing. Yes, you have equity in a house, and an RV park, when you go, you're paying rent technically. Look, guys, it's all what works for you. But I want to make the point in this video, don't make an emotional decision during an emotional time and overcommit long-term financially, whether it's with buying a house or buying an RV. Because the coronavirus pandemic won't last forever. Just like the Spanish flu pandemic in 1918 that killed 50 million to 100 million people, that did not last forever. Most people 2 months ago did not even know about the Spanish flu. So everything will cycle out, everything will change. Some things may be a long-lasting change in society, whether there's a level of social distancing or whatever. But really, in America, we've only been shut down for 4 weeks as I make this. Now, we may be shut down to a certain extent for months to come, maybe even a year or so. But you're going to be strapped with a 30-year mortgage or 10-year RV payment, or even if you pay something cash, you're going to have the responsibility of the maintenance of something. So would I buy an RV or a house during these times? Yes, I would, if the deal is right. I think, if I'm honest with myself, I probably passed up a couple deals that were decent. I won't say I had any deal that was a steal. because since I've been looking at RVs or tiny homes, the economy has been relatively up. Housing market has been relatively up. RV prices up. So I have come across some deals that were decent, but I haven't come across any deal that was like quote unquote a steal. So when in doubt, don't buy. Now, obviously, your individual circumstance will determine how urgently you need to buy something. The worst part about living in your car or van or any type of thing that's not self-contained is when you get sick. That's when it sucks. I mean, you can rent an apartment and you can rent a hotel room. I just try to fight not to do that because I don't want to. That's truth. But I am looking, even now during the coronavirus, during a national shutdown pretty much, most RV dealerships are closed. However, some states, they're still open. And I've been looking, but to get one, it's a little bit burdensome now because you're going to have to travel to different state maybe. You know, a lot of the DMV offices are closed. You can't really register things. Buying a house, you know, it's tough to get an appointment to go in. I haven't really seen any house that I've been interested in to buy one. And I'm really just in the tiny home market, so, you know, they don't come across too often. But did the coronavirus make me look more urgently at buying an RV or a tiny house? Yes, I mean, because I see the value, but I'm not rushing. Don't rush. Don't make an emotional decision because it's hard to get out of a commitment of home ownership or a depreciating asset such as an RV. You know, so it has to be the right deal. So should you buy a tiny home or a house or RV during the coronavirus? Only if it's the right deal and if it's below your means. Like, guys, during emotional times, fall back to your foundation, which is it has to be below your means. It has to be in an area and an environment that inspires you. And the house or RV should inspire you. Don't just settle for something that doesn't inspire you. And, you know, that's a high standard. It is. But, hey, guys, better to have all your options open because, look, even as someone who doesn't have a home right now, doesn't have a fully self-contained RV, I have the option to rent. You know, I have the option to go to a hotel. Is that ideal? No. However, if you're single with no kids, why rush? So for a lot of my nomads out there, or people just in the housing market or looking to purchase an RV market, if you were in that market before the coronavirus, then you should keep looking because that was your direction in life. That was your focus. However, just like it should have been your direction and focus prior to the coronavirus or before the coronavirus, it has to be the right deal. It has to be below your means. It has to inspire you. That's the criteria of if you should pull the trigger to upgrade your home, your vehicle, whatever. Hopefully that helped for some people because I know it's an emotional process. If it did, I appreciate if you click that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Check out my playlist on my Patreon. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace and love. Stay positive.